Ladies and gentlemen, wake up, sleep, work, repeat a seemingly simple phrase, yet it holds the essence of building a meaningful, successful life. It encapsulates a process that many overlook, yet the greatest successes are built upon it. This is not just about waking up in the morning, doing your work, and falling asleep at night. It's about consciously engaging in a cycle that allows for growth, transformation, and sustained achievement. In order to truly tap into your potential, you must understand the power behind this daily cycle and how it can lead you to greatness. Routine and consistency are often the unseen forces behind personal growth and achievement. Every successful person, whether in business, sports, or any other field, follows a routine, whether consciously or unconsciously, that sets them up for success. The act of waking up, committing to work, and repeating this cycle is more than just a way to fill the hours of the day. It is the building block of personal and professional success. Consistency breeds progress, and progress in turn leads to results. But what does it truly mean to cultivate consistency in your life, and why is it so powerful? When applied to our daily actions, leads to cumulative growth. Imagine you're learning a new skill or pursuing a long-term goal. It might seem overwhelming at first, especially when the results are not immediately apparent. However, if you commit to practicing that skill or working toward that goal daily, even in small increments, you will begin to see incremental improvements over time. These small, consistent actions compound and eventually lead to mastery, success, and the achievement of your larger ambitions. It's the small, deliberate actions that add up and make the biggest difference in the long run. A single day of work may seem insignificant, but repeated over days, weeks, months, and years, it accumulates into something monumental. This principle of consistency is not just about doing the same thing repeatedly, it's about creating a framework for success. When you commit to a routine, you create structure in your life. Structure provides a foundation on which you can build. It allows you to focus on the important things without constantly deciding what to do next. A consistent routine minimizes distractions, prevents procrastination, and reduces mental fatigue because the mental energy spent on deciding what to do next is eliminated. When you know what you need to do and when you need to do it, your focus sharpens and you can direct your energy toward executing your tasks effectively. The repetition of actions forms habits. Habits are the unseen drivers of behavior that shape our days, and our habits determine the outcomes we experience. The more consistently you repeat an action, the more it becomes ingrained in your subconscious, turning into a habit. Once an action becomes a habit, it no longer requires the same level of conscious effort. Instead, it is performed automatically, freeing up mental energy for other tasks. The power of habit cannot be overstated because it's through these automatic behaviors that we achieve long-term results without having to exert constant conscious effort. If you want to achieve success, it's vital to create positive, productive habits through consistent action because habits are what lead to sustained success. The true power of consistency is not simply about doing something every day, it's about doing it with intention and focus. Consistency in action must be paired with purpose. If your routine is scattered or aimless, even consistency won't lead to desired results. It's the intention behind the action that guides its effectiveness. Without clear goals and a sense of purpose, your daily actions can become monotonous or counterproductive, leading to burnout rather than growth. By integrating intentionality into your routine, you ensure that each action aligns with your greater purpose, amplifying the impact of your efforts. Another critical aspect of consistency is its effect on momentum. Momentum is the force that propels you forward, often without requiring as much effort once it's been established. This is why consistency is so powerful. Even if you start small, if you keep going, you build momentum. Momentum makes tasks feel easier, and progress seems to accelerate. Once momentum has been established, it creates a snowball effect that carries you through even the toughest times. In the beginning, getting started may feel like pushing a boulder up a hill, but as you consistently take action, that boulder starts rolling down the hill, gaining speed and driving you forward. The hardest part is often the beginning, but once consistency takes root, it becomes much easier to maintain and build upon. One of the challenges that many people face with consistency is the temptation to abandon their routine when they don't see immediate results. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that if things aren't progressing quickly, the effort isn't worth it. However, it's important to remember that success is rarely instantaneous. The cumulative effect of consistent action takes time to manifest. In fact, often the most significant breakthroughs happen just before you're about to give up. This is why persistence paired with consistency is so essential. When you feel like progress is slow or invisible, remind yourself that every small action is contributing to your long-term growth. The power of consistency is also amplified by accountability. When you commit to a routine and hold yourself accountable for showing up every day, you reinforce your dedication to the process. Accountability makes it more likely that you will follow through on your actions, especially when motivation wanes. Sharing your goals with others, whether it's a coach, a mentor, or a supportive friend, can help keep you on track. External accountability acts as an additional layer of motivation to keep you consistent and focused on the long-term vision, especially when the initial excitement of starting a new routine begins to fade. Consistency breeds confidence. The more consistently you show up for yourself and put in the work, the more confident you become in your ability to succeed. This confidence builds over time as you see the results of your efforts. With each completed task, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of achieving your goals. Confidence is not something that can be gained overnight. It is cultivated through the steady and consistent application of effort toward your goals. The importance of routine and consistency cannot be overstated. Through consistent, intentional action, you build momentum, form positive habits, and eventually achieve the success you seek. It is through the small, seemingly insignificant daily actions that lasting change occurs. To truly transform your life, you must commit to the process, understand the value of showing up every day, and trust that over time, your efforts will compound and yield extraordinary results. Success is not about making big leaps, it's about making small steps every day consistently. The mind-body connection is a powerful force that governs much of our physical and mental performance. Every action we take, every thought we think, and every emotion we feel affects both our mental state and our physical well-being. Understanding this relationship is key to achieving success in any area of life. When we acknowledge that the mind and body are intricately connected, we begin to realize that our physical actions influence our mental state and vice versa. This understanding allows us to harness the full potential of both our mind and body, propelling us toward our goals with greater efficiency and resilience. The body doesn't merely serve as a vessel for carrying out the commands of the mind. It plays an active role in shaping our thoughts and emotions. When we are physically active, for example, the body releases endorphins, neurotransmitters that help elevate mood and reduce stress. A simple walk, a workout, or even a stretch can have profound effects on our mental clarity, emotional stability, and overall sense of well-being. This means that when we engage in physical activity, we are not only improving our physical health, but also enhancing our mental state, creating a positive feedback loop that encourages further productivity and well-being. The way we hold ourselves physically can also influence our emotional and mental states. Posture, facial expressions, and even the way we breathe have direct effects on how we feel and think. A slumped posture, for instance, can signal to the brain that we are defeated or stressed, which in turn can lower our mood and energy levels. On the other hand, standing tall with an open chest and shoulders can immediately signal to the brain that we are confident, energized, and ready to take on challenges. Even simple practices like deep breathing can activate the parasympathetic nervous system, helping us feel calm, centered, and focused, allowing us to approach our task with a clearer mind. But the mind influences the body just as much as the body influences the mind. Our thoughts have a profound impact on our physical health. Stress, anxiety, and negative thinking can manifest as physical symptoms in the body. Chronic stress, for instance, leads to the release of cortisol, a hormone that, when elevated for extended periods, can weaken the immune system, increase inflammation, and contribute to various health problems. This connection between the mind and body highlights the importance of mental health for physical well-being and vice versa. If we want to achieve peak performance in any area, we must tend to both our minds and our bodies. To truly understand the power of this connection, consider the impact that mindset has on physical performance. Athletes, for example, rely on both their physical skills and their mental toughness to excel. When an athlete is mentally prepared, confident, and focused, their body can perform at its highest potential. The power of belief is immense. Athletes who believe they can achieve their goals often do so, not because their bodies are superior, but because their mindset drives their actions and their endurance. Mental imagery, positive affirmations, and focused intention are all techniques by top performers to align their minds and bodies for optimal results. The mind-body connection also plays a key role in recovery. When we engage in physical work, whether it's a workout, a long day of work, or a mentally demanding task, our bodies require rest to replenish and rejuvenate. However, rest isn't just a physical state. The mind also needs recovery. Mental fatigue can affect our ability to think clearly, make decisions, and solve problems effectively. Adequate sleep, mindfulness practices, and relaxation techniques can help both the body and mind recover from the stressors of the day, allowing us to return to our work with greater energy, focus, and clarity. This is why taking care of both the body and the mind is essential for long-term performance. Without recovery, we risk burnout, reduced productivity, and declining health. Another aspect of the mind-body connection is the importance of emotional regulation. Our emotional state can influence how we perform physically, and physical activity can, in turn, help us manage our emotions. For example, when we are stressed or anxious, we may notice our bodies tense up, our heart rate increases, and our breath becomes shallow. These physical responses are linked to our emotional states. By learning to manage these emotions through techniques like deep breathing, mindfulness, or exercise, we can bring our bodies and minds back into balance. When we approach our work with a calm and centered state of mind, we find that we perform better, make more thoughtful decisions, and experience less stress. The power of the mind-body connection also extends to the concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself in response to repeated thoughts and actions. When we engage in consistent physical activity, our brain creates new neural pathways that not only improve our motor skills, but also our cognitive function. This means that physical exercise can literally make us smarter and more focused. Physical activity stimulates the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BENF, a protein that supports the growth of new brain cells and helps protect existing ones. This is why regular physical activity is so vital for maintaining mental sharpness, creativity, and problem-solving abilities. The mind and body must be in harmony for overall health and well-being. The practice of mindfulness, which involves focusing on the present moment without judgment, has been shown to reduce stress, improve mental clarity, and enhance physical health. Mindfulness techniques such as meditation or deep breathing help calm the nervous system, allowing the body to enter a state of rest and recovery. By regularly practicing mindfulness, you can enhance your ability to focus, reduce anxiety, and increase your emotional resilience, which will directly improve your physical performance and productivity. The mind and body are not separate entities, they are deeply interconnected. When we take care of both, we unlock our full potential, whether in the realm of work, health, or personal growth. Understanding the power of this connection allows us to harness the full power of our mind and body for greater performance, increased well-being, and long-term success. By aligning our mental state with our physical actions, we create a powerful feedback loop that fuels our progress and enables us to overcome challenges. To achieve lasting success, we must nurture both our mind and body, because when they work together in harmony, there is no limit to what we can achieve. Our subconscious mind is one of the most powerful forces driving our behavior, often in ways that we are not even consciously aware of. The subconscious mind constantly processes and stores information, and it uses repetition to establish patterns that govern how we act and react in the world. These mental programs can either help or hinder our progress, depending on the nature of the thoughts and behaviors that have been repeated over time. By becoming aware of how mental programming works and taking control of it, we can rewire our brains to support our goals and desired outcomes. At the core of mental programming is the idea that our brain is a pattern recognition machine. It observes the actions we take, the thoughts we think, and the emotions we feel, and over time it creates neural pathways that make certain behaviors automatic. These pathways shape our habits and the ways in which we respond to various situations. For instance, if you have grown up in an environment where failure was seen as something to be feared or avoided, your subconscious mind may develop a belief that failure is inherently negative. As a result, you may subconsciously avoid taking risks or stepping outside your comfort zone, even if doing so would lead to growth and success. These ingrained beliefs and behaviors formed by past experiences can create significant limitations in our lives. However, the good news is that we can change these patterns through conscious effort and consistent action. The first step in reprogramming the subconscious mind is becoming aware of the mental programs that are operating in the background. Our subconscious is often running on autopilot, and we may not realize how much of our daily behavior is driven by automatic thoughts and beliefs. For example, if you catch yourself repeatedly thinking that you aren't capable of achieving a particular goal, or if you have a strong belief that success is reserved for others but not for you, these are subconscious patterns at play. These beliefs might have been formed at a young age or as a result of past experiences, but they continue to influence your behavior in ways you may not even notice. Becoming aware of these subconscious beliefs is the first step toward breaking free from them and replacing them with more empowering programs. Once you have identified limiting beliefs or self-sabotaging behaviors, the next step is to consciously choose new thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors that align with your goals. This is where the process of rewiring the brain through repetition comes into play. The brain is highly malleable, and with consistent practice, you can create new neural pathways that support a more positive and growth-oriented mindset. Positive affirmations, visualization, and mindfulness are powerful tools for rewiring the subconscious mind. By regularly repeating positive statements about yourself and your capabilities, you can shift your internal dialogue from one of doubt and limitation to one of confidence and possibility. Visualization is another powerful technique that helps reinforce new beliefs by vividly imagining yourself succeeding in your goals. When you engage in these practices consistently, your brain begins to form new patterns that reflect your desired outcome. One of the key principles behind mental programming is that repetition is what strengthens neural connections. Just as you would practice a musical instrument or a sport to improve your skills, you must also practice new thought patterns and behaviors to reinforce positive change. This is why consistency is so important in reprogramming the mind. The more consistently you engage in empowering thoughts and actions, the stronger those new neural pathways become. Over time, these new patterns begin to replace the old, limiting ones, and you start to notice a shift in your behavior and mindset. What once felt challenging or uncomfortable becomes more natural and automatic as your brain becomes rewired to support your goals. Another important factor in mental programming is the role of emotional energy. Emotions are a powerful force that can either propel us forward or hold us back. Our emotional state has a direct impact on the types of thoughts we have and the behaviors we engage in. For example, if you feel excited and confident, you are more likely to take action and pursue your goals. On the other hand, if you are feeling fearful or doubtful, you may procrastinate or avoid taking action altogether. By learning to regulate your emotions and cultivate positive emotional states, you can enhance the effectiveness of your mental programming. Practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and emotional intelligence can help you stay calm and centered, allowing you to think more clearly and make better decisions. It's also important to note that mental programming is not just about eliminating negative patterns, it's about replacing them with more empowering ones. You cannot simply stop a negative thought without replacing it with something positive. For example, if you constantly think, "I am not good enough," or "I will never succeed," replacing these thoughts with affirmations such as "I am capable and deserving of success," or "I am constantly growing and improving," can help shift your mindset. It's crucial to consciously choose thoughts and beliefs that are aligned with your highest potential, not just the absence of negative thoughts. This process of shifting your mindset requires both patience and persistence, but the rewards are profound. Mental programming also highlights the importance of self-compassion and self-forgiveness. As you work to reprogram your mind, it's natural to encounter setbacks or moments of doubt. When this happens, it's important to approach yourself with kindness and understanding rather than self-criticism. Progress is not linear, and there will be times when old patterns resurface. However, viewing these moments as opportunities for growth rather than failure is an essential part of the reprogramming process. The more you practice self-compassion and maintain a positive mindset, the easier it becomes to overcome challenges and continue moving forward. The process of reprogramming the subconscious mind is a transformative journey that allows you to take control of your life and create the reality you desire. By becoming aware of your limiting beliefs, consciously choosing new empowering thoughts and behaviors, and practicing them consistently, you can rewire your brain for success. Over time, these new mental programs will become automatic, and you will begin to experience a shift in your thoughts, emotions, and actions. This transformation may not happen overnight, but with dedication and persistence, you can reprogram your mind to support your highest potential, leading to lasting change and success in all areas of your life. When we commit to a routine, we are not just scheduling a set of tasks, we are actively shaping our future. A consistent routine is the foundation that supports personal growth, success, and resilience. It is easy to assume that great achievements come from moments of inspiration or bursts of energy, but the reality is that consistent effort over time is what drives sustainable progress. When we commit to a routine, we create a framework for ourselves, a system that works even when motivation is low and when challenges arise. This routine serves as a guide, helping us to stay on course and to make steady progress toward our goals, even on the days when it feels like nothing is happening. A routine offers structure to our day, reducing mental fatigue by eliminating the need to constantly make decisions about what to do next. Our brains, just like our bodies, need rest, and decision fatigue can drain us mentally. When we have a routine in place, much of the thinking about what to do and when to do it is already decided. This provides a sense of security and control, and it conserves mental energy for the tasks that truly require focus. When we wake up each day with a clear plan and a set of actions to follow, it reduces the mental load of decision-making, allowing us to focus our energy on completing those tasks with intent and purpose. A routine fosters efficiency. By doing certain tasks consistently, we become more adept at them, and as we get better, we spend less time on each task. It's like practicing a musical instrument or learning a sport. The more we repeat something, the more skilled and automatic it becomes. For example, if you wake up every morning at the same time and spend a few minutes meditating or journaling, you will soon find that it becomes easier, quicker, and more effective. Over time, what once required effort or concentration becomes part of your natural flow, making it easier to integrate additional positive habits into your life. This continuous improvement is what turns small actions into big results over time. A routine also helps to minimize distractions and temptations. In our modern world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, emails, and even random thoughts can easily pull us away from our goals. A well-established routine minimizes these distractions by keeping us focused on what needs to be done next. When we are on autopilot with our routine, we are less likely to be sidetracked by external interruptions. Instead, we remain committed to our goals and keep moving forward, even when distractions try to derail us. This consistency allows us to build momentum, a powerful force that propels us toward our desired outcomes. As we gain momentum, it becomes easier to stay on track and continue the work we have set for ourselves. One of the most powerful aspects of a routine is its ability to provide accountability, even when we are working alone. When we commit to a routine, we are holding ourselves accountable to the process. Having a routine means that we have set clear expectations for ourselves, and we are less likely to fall into the trap of procrastination. The act of following through with our routine day after day reinforces our commitment to our goals. It also creates a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction, even if the results are not immediately visible. The small wins that come from completing each part of our routine give us the motivation to keep going, creating a feedback loop of success. Another vital benefit of a routine is the creation of positive habits. Habits are the building blocks of long-term success, and routines provide the structure for these habits to flourish. Positive habits, such as exercising, eating well, reading, or even practicing gratitude, become ingrained in our daily lives when we make them part of our routine. Over time, these habits become second nature, and we don't have to rely on willpower or motivation to get them done. They simply become part of who we are. And when we create positive habits, the results are cumulative, meaning the more we engage in these habits, the greater the impact on our lives. When we commit to a routine, we are also creating an environment for personal growth. Growth does not happen in bursts of effort. It happens through consistent practice and the willingness to show up every day, even when progress seems slow. The daily commitment to a routine, no matter how small the action, builds the foundation for long-term development. Over time, we begin to see the changes we have been working toward, whether in our physical health, our career, or our personal life. These changes are often subtle at first, but they compound, and before long, the impact becomes undeniable. Success is often the result of small, consistent actions that accumulate over time. A routine also helps to bring a sense of balance to our lives. Life can be chaotic and unpredictable, but a routine offers something we can rely on. It provides a sense of normalcy and stability, even during times of uncertainty. Whether it's a morning ritual that grounds us or a set of habits that we follow throughout the day, a routine provides a structure that allows us to cope with life's unpredictability. It also allows us to prioritize what is important, ensuring that we are taking time each day to nurture our health, our relationships, and our personal growth. In this way, a routine becomes not just a list of tasks, but a system that supports a fulfilling, balanced life. Of course, routine does not mean rigidity. There is flexibility within consistency. A routine does not have to be a set of rigid, inflexible actions that stifle creativity or spontaneity. It is about creating a framework that supports your goals while allowing room for growth and adjustment. As you evolve and as your goals change, so too can your routine. The beauty of routine is that it can be adapted to meet your needs and priorities at any given time. The key is that, even as the specific actions might change, the underlying commitment to consistency remains the same. A routine is more than just a schedule, it is the backbone of personal growth, productivity, and success. By committing to a routine, we create the conditions for efficiency, focus, accountability, and positive change. A routine provides the structure we need to keep us on track, to minimize distractions, and to build positive habits. As we consistently follow our routines, we build momentum and make continuous progress toward our goals. The power of a routine lies in its ability to bring structure and consistency to our lives, enabling us to navigate life's challenges and pursue our dreams with unwavering dedication. The practice of personal responsibility is one of the most transformative forces we can embrace in our lives. When we take full ownership of our actions, choices, and outcomes, we step into our true power. Far too often, we passively allow external factors, whether it's our environment, circumstances, or other people's actions, to dictate how we feel or how we perform. The truth, however, is that we are not victims of our circumstances unless we choose to be. Taking personal responsibility means recognizing that we hold the key to our future. It is about acknowledging that our decisions shape the course of our lives and that we have the ability to choose our responses to whatever happens in the world around us. This shift in mindset starts by taking ownership of our thoughts and emotions. Every situation, whether positive or negative, carries an emotional charge. While we cannot always control the circumstances we find ourselves in, we can always control how we respond. When we take responsibility for our emotional state, we empower ourselves to choose the best course of action, no matter what is happening externally. If we react to stress or adversity with frustration or defeat, we are giving up our power to those external forces. However, if we respond with calm, clarity, and determination, we are choosing to take control of the situation, no matter how challenging it may be. Personal responsibility means realizing that we are the masters of our responses and that we are not bound by our reactions to outside events. Taking responsibility also means being accountable for our goals and the actions we take toward achieving them. It is easy to blame others, the economy, or even fate for the outcomes we face, but this only prevents us from stepping up and making the changes necessary for growth. When we choose to take responsibility for our success and failure, we stop blaming the world and instead focus on what we can do differently. This shift in perspective opens up new possibilities as it shifts us from a passive role into an active one. When we take ownership of our goals, we stop waiting for circumstances to change and instead take deliberate action to create the outcomes we desire. Personal responsibility involves not only taking ownership of the big actions in life, but also the small, everyday choices that we make. It's the accumulation of these small choices that create the momentum for success or failure. If we take full responsibility for the little things, how we spend our time, how we treat others, how we nourish our bodies, these small actions will compound to create larger shifts in our lives. For example, taking responsibility for our health means making choices every day that support our physical well-being. This could mean choosing to eat healthier foods, engaging in regular exercise, or getting adequate rest. When we recognize that these small choices are directly linked to our overall health, we begin to make better decisions with confidence and intention. Taking responsibility also requires self-awareness. We must be honest with ourselves about the areas in which we are not living up to our potential. This could involve recognizing patterns of procrastination, self-doubt, or fear of failure that hold us back. It is only by acknowledging our weaknesses or shortcomings that we can take actionable steps toward overcoming them. For instance, if we have been procrastinating on a project, taking responsibility means admitting that the delay is due to our own lack of action or fear, rather than blaming external factors like a busy schedule or distractions. With this awareness, we can then make the decision to move forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. This self-awareness enables us to break free from the cycle of excuses and take proactive measures to create the outcomes we want. In the process of taking personal responsibility, we must also cultivate a sense of self-compassion. Taking ownership of our lives doesn't mean beating ourselves up over past mistakes or perceived failures. In fact, practicing personal responsibility involves treating ourselves with kindness, even when we fall short of our expectations. Instead of shaming ourselves for not meeting our goals, we can learn from our mistakes and use them as opportunities for growth. For example, if we don't follow through on a commitment, instead of criticizing ourselves, we can reflect on what caused the slip-up, whether it was a lack of preparation, motivation, or time, and make adjustments moving forward. This approach helps us stay focused on solutions rather than staying stuck in self-blame. Taking responsibility is also about understanding that we are the ones who set the boundaries for our lives. No one else is responsible for enforcing our limits or ensuring that we prioritize the things that matter to us. If we let others dictate our time, energy, and priorities, we give up our autonomy and sense of control. But when we take responsibility for our boundaries, we actively choose how we will invest our time, how much energy we will give to others, and what we will accept from the world around us. This empowers us to create the life we want, rather than being passive recipients of what happens to us. Setting and maintaining clear boundaries is a key aspect of personal responsibility that allows us to take charge of our lives and protect our emotional and mental well-being. Personal responsibility is also about taking ownership of our relationships. It's easy to blame others when things go wrong in our personal or professional relationships, but true growth comes from taking responsibility for how we contribute to those relationships. Whether it's through our communication, our actions, or our attitude, we are always playing a role in how a relationship evolves. When we take responsibility for how we show up in relationships, we are empowered to improve them. This may involve being more open, more communicative, or more empathetic, but it also means recognizing when we have room to grow and committing to becoming a better partner, friend, or colleague. Embracing personal responsibility leads to a profound sense of freedom and empowerment. When we realize that we are the ones in control of our choices, we become active creators of our lives. This realization shifts us from a place of helplessness to one of agency. We understand that our future is not determined by luck, circumstances, or the actions of others, but by the choices we make every day. We begin to trust ourselves and our ability to create the life we desire, knowing that we have the power to shape our destiny through the decisions we make. Personal responsibility is a cornerstone of personal growth and achievement. By taking ownership of our actions, thoughts, emotions, and outcomes, we empower ourselves to shape the course of our lives. Rather than looking outward for solutions or blaming external factors for our challenges, we look inward and take the necessary steps to create change. This not only builds resilience and self-confidence, but it also brings a sense of purpose and fulfillment as we see the direct results of our efforts. The power of focus cannot be overstated when it comes to achieving meaningful success. In a world filled with distractions, mastering the ability to focus on a single task or goal can be the difference between mediocrity and excellence. Focus is the key to transforming our thoughts into actions and ensuring that those actions lead to results. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the vast number of things demanding our attention: work, family, social media, and countless other distractions. But when we learn to narrow our attention to the most important tasks at hand, we begin to move with intention and purpose. This focused approach is what allows us to break through the noise and make substantial progress toward our goals, no matter how ambitious they may seem. When we focus, we are essentially telling our minds that this is important, and we are choosing to give it our full attention. Our brains are naturally wired to jump between thoughts and tasks. This tendency, known as task switching, not only lowers our productivity, but also increases stress and cognitive overload. The act of focusing, however, works to counteract this natural inclination by training our minds to commit to one task at a time. When we do this, we are allowing our brain to engage at a deeper level, which enables us to produce higher quality work in less time. This is where the true magic of focus comes into play. By engaging in focused, deep work, we can accomplish tasks in a fraction of the time it would take if we were distracted or multitasking. One of the most powerful aspects of focus is its ability to increase the quality of our work. When we focus our energy and attention on a single task, we engage in what is known as deep work, a state where we are fully immersed in our work, free from distractions and operating at our highest level of cognitive ability. This level of focus is where the greatest breakthroughs and creativity happen. When we allow ourselves to fully focus on a project or a task, we are not only completing it faster, but also with greater precision and innovation. The more we practice focus, the more we train our brains to enter this productive state, allowing us to achieve results that are truly exceptional. Maintaining focus requires discipline and practice. It's not enough to simply set an intention to focus. We must also remove external and internal distractions that interfere with our ability to concentrate. In today's digital age, distractions are pervasive. Notifications, emails, and social media are constantly vying for our attention, making it increasingly difficult to stay focused. To counteract this, we must be intentional about managing our environment. This might mean turning off notifications on our devices, creating a designated workspace free of distractions, or setting specific times for checking email or social media. The more we eliminate these disruptions, the easier it becomes to remain focused on the task at hand. This act of setting boundaries helps us take control of our attention and prioritize our work over the endless distractions that try to pull us away. Another key aspect of focus is our ability to manage our energy levels throughout the day. Focus is not a constant state, it is something we must cultivate and renew. If we attempt to focus for hours on end without rest, we risk burnout and mental fatigue. Instead, it is important to recognize when our energy is waning and to take breaks to recharge. Research has shown that taking short, deliberate breaks throughout the day not only boosts productivity but also helps maintain sustained focus over longer periods. The Pomodoro technique, for example, encourages focused work intervals followed by short breaks, helping to refresh the mind and increase focus in subsequent sessions. By strategically managing our energy, we can ensure that we maintain a high level of focus throughout the day rather than burning out early on. Focus is also intrinsically linked to our sense of purpose. When we are clear about why we are doing something, it becomes easier to stay focused on the task. This is why having a strong why behind our goals is essential for maintaining focus, especially when challenges arise. When the going gets tough or distractions loom large, it is the deep connection to our purpose that keeps us grounded and pulls us back to the task at hand. For example, if you are working on a long-term project and you begin to lose interest or motivation, remembering the larger purpose of that project, whether it's to improve your career, to help others, or to bring a vision to life, can reignite your passion and drive. Focus is more sustainable when it is fueled by a clear, deeply personal sense of purpose. Focus is not just about maintaining attention on tasks, but also about being selective with what we choose to focus on in the first place. We live in a world where we are constantly bombarded with opportunities and tasks, many of which are urgent but not important. The ability to discern what is truly worth our time and attention is a key component of focus. By learning to say no to distractions, unnecessary tasks, and things that don't align with our goals, we free up more mental bandwidth for the things that matter most. This means making deliberate choices about how we spend our time and energy and learning to prioritize the activities that have the most significant impact on our lives. Another important aspect of focus is the role of patience. In a world that often values instant gratification, focus requires us to stay the course even when results are not immediate. Building focus is a process that requires time and effort, and often the rewards come only after sustained periods of attention and commitment. This is especially true when pursuing long-term goals or dreams. Maintaining focus for the long haul, even when progress feels slow, is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who give up. Patience and perseverance are essential components of staying focused because they help us push through the challenges and setbacks that inevitably arise. It's important to recognize that focus is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. Like any skill, the more we practice focus, the better we become at it. This means intentionally practicing focus in small, everyday moments. It might mean focusing entirely on a conversation without checking your phone, or dedicating uninterrupted time to a specific task each day. With consistent practice, our ability to focus improves, and we find it easier to direct our attention to the things that matter most. As we strengthen this skill, we unlock new levels of productivity, creativity, and achievement. Focus is a powerful tool that allows us to harness our full potential. By learning to direct our attention, eliminate distractions, and engage in deep, purposeful work, we can accomplish more in less time and with greater quality. Focus not only enhances productivity, but also aligns us with our true purpose, enabling us to move toward our goals with clarity and intention. Through discipline, energy management, and the practice of patience, focus becomes a skill we can cultivate, helping us navigate an increasingly distracted world and achieve extraordinary results. In conclusion, the journey of achieving meaningful success and personal growth is rooted in several powerful principles that shape our actions and mindset. We are not passive recipients of life's circumstances, we are active creators of our own future. Through the consistent effort of embracing responsibility, mastering focus, and committing to routines, we unlock the potential for extraordinary change. By taking full ownership of our actions and decisions, we transform challenges into opportunities and setbacks into lessons for growth. Personal responsibility empowers us to break free from the constraints of external influences, enabling us to steer the course of our lives toward our true goals. At the same time, focus acts as the catalyst for turning intentions into tangible results. In a world filled with distractions, the ability to concentrate on what matters most allows us to make significant progress. Focus, combined with the discipline of routine, creates a feedback loop of growth, momentum, and achievement. It is through focus that we hone our skills, deepen our understanding, and create work that truly reflects our potential. As we prioritize what matters most, we ensure that our time and energy are invested in the pursuits that will bring us the greatest fulfillment. When we combine these principles, responsibility, routine, and focus, we create a powerful formula for success that is not dependent on external factors, but on the internal commitment to take charge of our lives. Success becomes not an accident, but a result of intentional, focused effort that compounds over time. It is through these practices that we move closer to becoming the best version of ourselves, consistently working toward our aspirations no matter the obstacles in our way. The path may not always be easy, but with focus, routine, and personal responsibility, we equip ourselves with the tools necessary to create the life we desire, one step at a time.